political parties to expose the plan to murder our national spokesperson in the person of Honorable Ugochinyere Imo, Ugochinyere. 2 years ago, all Nigerians could attest to the fact that what we witnessed, the carnage we witnessed, the attack on his house, where his uncle and his supporters were murdered in cold blood. His properties were destroyed, and many of his supporters arrested and seriously threatened. Today, we are back again on this same trajectory of tragedy, of repression, of oppression against the number one opposition spokesperson in the country, in the person of Honorable Ugochinyere Imo, Ugochinyere. We have certain information that we want all Nigerians to know today, predicated on a fabricated set of allegations to be made against Honorable Ugochinyere. And we have to raise the alarm for all Nigerians to be aware of the plan to frame him up on Trump charges. And the reasons behind all these attacks against his person are not far-fetched. And these things are predicated on about 4 main points. Now, Ugochinyere has been very focal on the River State issue with regard to the attempt to truncate democracy in that state by the efforts to create enough crisis for a state of emergency to be declared in that state for anti-democratic forces to take over that state. Number 2 is the fact that the failed attempt to seize and corner the Commonwealth of River State, to seize the treasury of River State by some anti-democratic forces. Ugochinyere has been very, very focal on these issues. Another area that he has been focal about is about restoring internal democracy in PDP and to scuttle all the attempts to destroy PDP. He has been very focal on that one. And of course, he has been speaking much later about land racketeering in the Federal Capital Territory. He has been speaking very much on that. He has been very focal about that. And he has a compendium of the analysis of the scheme of racketeering, land racketeering in the FCT, which is about to release. It was one of the major reasons why they are now trying to frame him up on Trump charges of criminal activities that are non-existent. Another one is the fact that this man has been at the forefront of speaking for the democratic rights of Nigerians. The anti-democratic forces in this nation do not like his guts, do not like his courage. They are planning to frame him up on the Trump charges of bribing of judges. They are saying that he bribed judges. They lost at the appeal against seizing the River State Treasury. So they lost. They are now speculating that he went and bribed judges to win that, for River State to win that case. Ugochinyere is not from River State, as we all know. He is from Imo State. So why will he go out of his way to go and bribe the judiciary? In fact, it's a blackmail against the judiciary for anybody to even try to frame him up on the charges of bribing judges. If that has been their pastime, as we know, if that has been their vocation, as we know, it is not the pastime. It is not the practice of a person of integrity like Ugochinyere Imo, Ugochinyere. They are trying to frame him up on the allegations of treason and murder and rape, gun running, arson, and even sodomy. It is that ridiculous. And you will remember that 2 years ago, the same thing happened in Imo State. Just because they didn't want it to win the election, they frame him up. They are bringing up, allegations of arson, of murder, of rape, and co. They brought it against him. So, upon all, he still went ahead and won that election in absentia with all that. So all those allegations fizzled away. Nobody is visiting them again. These ones too that they are raising, they will still fizzle out again. All their attempt now is to keep him silent, to silence him from speaking again. They want to take him out of circulation. They want to get him arrested. In fact, we have it on good authority that there are people that are currently being trained here in Abuja who will come out to confront Ugochinyere as witnesses to say that he has committed rape, he has committed arson, is planning to commit treasonable felony and the rest of that. They are doing that. And we want to call on Nigerians and alert all Nigerians and international community that you should disregard any AI-generated evidence against Honorable Ugochinyere Imo, Ugochinyere that are likely to be released to the public anytime from now. The plan is at an advanced stage to create an AI-generated evidence, so-called evidence, against him, to frame him up on these Trump charges that are absolutely non-existent, ridiculous, and absolutely reprehensible. So these are the things that we are calling on all human rights activists, human rights lawyers, the international community, and all stakeholders and people of good conscience of this country to rise up and defend the rights of the opposition to exist, the right of Nigerians to be able to speak against injustice, against bad governance, because all these are tailored towards, towards killing dissent. Nobody wants anybody to talk against what is bad in the country, and then we will not be silenced. The opposition will not keep quiet, and we will continue to speak on the side of the people, on the side of truth, and on the side of justice. All these Trump allegations that they are bringing up against Ikenga, Imo, Ugochinyere are absolutely non-existent. They are ridiculous and reprehensible. There's nothing further from the truth. He has never engaged in anything criminal. He has never engaged in anything treasonous. He has never engaged in anything anti-democratic. He has never engaged in anything that is anti-people. It is the anti-people elements. And all these things are being orchestrated by people who are factional supporters of the FCT minister. So they are the factional supporters of the FCT minister who are orchestrating all these things in order to take Ikenga out of circulation. If possible, to murder him. As they failed 2 years ago, they are back again. They are back again through blackmail. They are back again through fabricated allegations that have no basis in fact, that have no basis in evidence. This is why we are coming out to alert Nigerians to the fact that, once again, Ikenga is in the crosshairs of the anti-democratic forces of this country. They are attempting to kill him, they are attempting to murder him, they are attempting to take him out of circulation. And all the security agencies that are being contracted to do this must back out, must back down, and let justice reign in this country. Any attempt to silence the opposition in this country is an attempt to kill democracy. And we, together, we shall not allow that to happen. Our democracy must survive, and no democracy will thrive without the active participation of the opposition. Any attempt to attack the #1 opposition political party spokesperson in this country, in terms of the person that is speaking, even for the opposition lawmakers in this country, will be resisted. Finally, we want to announce, to tell our detractors that we also have fully ready to mobilize Nigerians for a nationwide peaceful protest against attempt to silence dissent, against attempt to kidnap Ikenga, Imo, Ugochinyere, against any attempt to frame him up on Trump charges. All Nigerians, we are mobilizing the civil society, we are mobilizing regular Nigerians, we are mobilizing the political class for a mass protest against such attempt. Thank you so much for your listening attention.
I think, for me, it is disheartening that this democratic experiment and experience that we have been enjoying since 1999 has become something that people think that they can hijack and put in their pocket. That dissent, like my brother, Comrade Mark Adebayo, has spoken, is the fact that it's the beauty of democracy, it's the beauty of multi-party democratic system, it's the beauty of conversation that will lead to a prosperous and developed society. If you have a society where people want to conduct election, they will attack them in the house, like what happened to Ikenga, they will kill his uncle, people will lose their life, and then he will win election. And I know what it is to conduct election. And if you are not popular, if you will not have a mandate that you will get from a state where your party is not the governor. So this kind of situation of what is happening is so painful that we will be in this democracy and find out that the allegation then was championed by agents of Imo State government. The allegation included rape, sodomy, assault, murder, terrorism, treason, and all sorts of things. That the then Commissioner of Police in Imo State, CP Bade, was fully part of the plot and even declared the Ikenga wanted. Don't forget, if you watch news very well, you find out that he was declared wanted and couldn't even go to participate in the election. He was elected in absentia. For democracy to take root, we must learn as a society to protect the right of the opposition and speak for ourselves. Because if you refuse to galvanize opinion towards the protection of the right of the opposition, towards the sustainability of the democratic practice that give the opposition voice to be able to criticize, to review, and look at the issue of governance on how it affects our people, then we will have ourselves to blame as we slide into one-party state. All this will stop him from winning the election. He won the election landslide, and despite all the attack on his person, all those allegations fizzled away immediately after the election. and they don't exist anymore. Election has been over for quite some time, since 2023. Nothing had come up, except until now, when the issue of land racketeering, when the issue of hijack of the democratic institution in Rivers State has now become a subject matter, that people are now taking it as an issue to be able to suppress the views of Nigerians. Nigerians have a right to express themselves. Nigerians have a right to continue to speak for the development of this country. This democracy belongs to no one single individual. This democracy is a collective share that all Nigeria, we are all collective stakeholders. We have share in this democratic experience, and we have the right to speak, just like Ikenga has done. We cannot continue to see and say, no, not their government. This government belongs to nobody. This government belongs to us, belongs to you, wherever you are living, and you must protect the right of those who are speaking for you. You must be able to do that for the benefit of our collective good. That, as usual, this too, it shall overcome. And they will also disappear when these political issues go away. As soon as this political issue is dead, we will find out the opportunity to develop a robust democratic practice that will give the opportunity for opposition to continue to speak without losing their uncle, without losing their people, and without being afraid to be on ground on election day. Ikenga cannot be intimidated. We will not allow him to be intimidated because he has stood for us when we had challenges. We are standing for him when he's having challenges. We will mobilize as much as we can to defend this democracy, to give our young children, our young people voice, to give the elderly voice, to give every community the chance to speak for a just and equitable society. That is what the democratic practice entails. That is what we shall continue to defend, and that is what we shall continue to stand for. We form because we found out that the depletion in the population of opposition political party through deliberate means by those in governance to run a one-party system, to deprive those who are speakers for the masses the right to speak their mind, which is what is trying to happen to Ikenga, which I tell you with all sense of responsibility, all sense of commitment to the development and defense of our democratic system, that we shall stand and we shall prevail and defend this democracy that collectively belongs.
Well, in addition, please, I want to re-emphasize the fact that the people that are behind these shenanigans are people that are believed to be pro-Wike, that are pro-Wike factions, who are behind this thing. Now we are calling on the Inspector General of Police, Director of DSS, even the advisor to the President of Security, and even the President himself to call these people to order. Don't let them destroy your government. They want to create crisis. They want to create chaos. These people who call themselves pro-Wike group, they are the people behind all these. They are the people that are alleged to be behind these plans, these evil plans, to silence Ikenga, even possibly take him out of circulation. And we are rehammering it to the hearing of the government and all the people who care to listen. The fact that if anything should happen to Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere, the pro-Wike group and this government shall be held accountable for this. So once again, the security agencies must never cooperate or collaborate or coordinate with people who want to scuttle our democracy. They are criminal elements and must never be seen around people who are supposed to keep all of us safe. Thank you so much for your listening attention once again. So if there are questions, we'll be ready to take them. If there are no questions,